Hello everyone, welcome back to UPSC Mains PYQ series, and today we shall be discussing next question of geography from 2024 question paper. So let's start. Our question is, the groundwater potential of Gangetic Valley is on a serious decline. So the question has already set the context, means in this context now you have to answer your question. So the context is the serious decline of groundwater in a location which is Gangetic Valley. This is the first part. Second is, how may it affect the food security of India? So you have to relate this decline in groundwater with the food security in India. Okay, so basically to answer this question, first of all, you must have awareness of the location which is asked in the question. Okay, so the location is the Gangetic Valley. So see, which region you can call as Gangetic Valley? See, basically this complete is our Indo-Gangetic Plain. This complete, or we call as Northern Plains. This complete is the Northern Plain. So the question is not on Northern Plains. The question is on Gangetic Valley. Okay. So Gangetic Valley you can consider from here. This is the Gangetic Valley. This is Brahmaputra Plains. This is Ganga Plain. So basically, what states can be included here? You can include UP, Bihar, and West Bengal. So basically, this is Gangetic Plain. Okay. So in every geography question, try to make a map. Even if it is very little, is of very little relevance, try to make a map. Okay, so basically this is Gangetic Valley, and now the question is on this location. Question is saying there is serious decline of groundwater. So question is saying that yes, this is a fact, there is decline of groundwater. Okay, so if the question is saying this, so you must have some facts or data to support what question is saying. Second thing, you must know the reason why the question is saying that. Okay, so first of all, you have to justify what the question is saying. So you have to provide the facts. That no, as per a recent report only, annually there is decline of around 2.5 centimeters in the regions of Gangetic Valley, and the effect is more pronounced in the region of Western UP because it is a bit dry area. Okay, so we have said the facts or data. Now we have to discuss the reason for the decline in groundwater. Okay, so what first reason we can discuss for the decline in groundwater? First reason can be the use of water intensive crops. So see, if you use the water intensive crops in the region of Western UP, which is not suitable for water intensive crops, so what farmers will do? Farmers will try to use more and more groundwater, okay, for the water intensive crops. So basically it will lead to the scarcity. For example, the crops like sugarcane or the crops like rice are not suitable for the dry regions because they can lead to salinity in soil. But if the farmers are growing these type of crops, no, so it will need a huge amount of water, and you have to use more and more groundwater. So one thing will be the use of water intensive crops. Okay, or basically you can say exploitation of more and more groundwater because of water intensive crops. Okay. Second thing what we can discuss is the urbanization or concretization. why these are responsible for the decline of groundwater? See, in urbanization, a lot of infrastructure is being developed, and that development is not sustainable, because there is no way, there is no path for the water so that it can percolate inside the surface. And if there is very less percolation, then there will be no regeneration of groundwater. So because of urbanization, because of concretization, very less areas are there where groundwater can easily percolate in the earth's surface, and hence there is scarcity of groundwater or declining levels of groundwater. Okay, so second thing can be this. Okay, now let's discuss the third reason. Okay, here only we can discuss. So, third reason we can discuss about the irrigation techniques. That the techniques of irrigation are also not efficient, because sometimes the farmer just flood the agricultural area. So, because of this flooding, it can also lead to salinity of soil. Because see, if this is agricultural area and this complete area is flooded, and if the region is very dry and warm, so it will not benefit your crop much. Also, it will lead to evaporation and salinity and decrease in the fertility of soil. Okay, so this is the thing with the irrigation technique. Okay, so we have discussed the reasons. So we have discussed about the location, we have discussed about the reasons. Now let's discuss that how this decline is related to India's food security. So see, these both concepts are different. First concept is about water scarcity, and we have to relate this concept with entirely different concept, that is India's food security. This concept I think you read in very detail in GS paper 3, that is under Indian economy. So if you have read this topic in detail, you might be aware that food security is not just about the availability of food, right? It's about the availability, the affordability, the accessibility of nutritious food in such a manner that human body can easily take those nutrients. So basically, this is the concept of food security. And now, how this overall concept is affected by the issue of water scarcity, we have to discuss that. So, first of all, let's discuss about the availability. So see, if there is scarcity of water, then there will be less production of crops. There will be less yield of crops. If there is less production, less yield, so basically there will be deficit of food grains. And if there is deficit of food grains, so it will affect the availability, which is one component of food security. Second is the affordability. See, as we know, the population is increasing, so the demand of food will also increase. And if there is less production, less yield, and it is resulting in deficit of food grains, so what is happening is supply is decreasing and demand is increasing. So basically, it will lead to food inflation. And it is related to affordability only. Second reason which we can relate to affordability is If the level of groundwater is going low year by year, then farmers have to dig further. Farmers have to dig further in the ground, right? 1 second. Here is supply is decreasing, demand is increasing, leading to inflation, and farmers have to dig deeper in the ground. If they are digging deeper, it will increase the cost of production. And obviously, if the cost of production is increased, again, inflation will increase. Third factor which we can discuss in affordability, if overall cost of production is increased, then the small and marginal farmers will be trapped in the cycle of debt. Okay, so in this way we can relate it with the affordability. Now coming to accessibility. So see, and at present we are discussing about the Gangetic Valley, right? So if there is a reduction in production and yield, and if there is issue of affordability in these regions, then these regions will automatically get dependent on the other states, right? So basically they are putting the pressure to fulfill the demand of food on other states. So it will lead to imbalance in the distribution of food, and if it leads to imbalance, you can relate it to accessibility of food grains. Okay, so basically we have discussed about the availability, about the affordability, about the accessibility of we are talking of nutritious food. So now talking about this nutrition thing, see, if the level of groundwater is becoming low and low year by year, so it will also affect the fertility of soil. It will lead to salinity of soil. And if the fertility of soil is reduced, then obviously it will affect the nutrition content in the food grains. And if the nutrition content is affected, overall the concept of food security will get affected. Okay, and basically it will lead to malnutrition, which we have already seen in the Global Hunger Index, the critical condition of India. Okay, so we have related this concept with the concept of food security. Now, so see, if we are discussing issues or challenges in any answer, even if the solution is not asked, you have to provide the solution in short. Okay, so see, what all issues we have discussed? I mean, what all reasons we have discussed for the declining groundwater? So see, first reason which we discussed was the use of water intensive crops. So see, if the issue is use of water intensive crops, then we can easily say that we have to grow the crops which are suitable for the geography of that region. For example, you can grow crops like millets or pulses. Okay, second thing which we talked about is the inefficient irrigation techniques. So here you can say that you can use drip irrigation systems or the sprinklers you can use, so that the irrigation system is very efficient. For example, this is your field, these are your crops. So this will be the drip irrigation system. This will be drip irrigation system. So the target is very close. The plants are very close to the watering system. Okay. Third thing which you can talk about is you can provide the water budgeting of any area. What do we mean by water budgeting? So you have to make an account of that in particular area. In any particular area, what volume of water is coming and what volume of water is leaving. So based on this, you can assess that what type of crops you have to grow and what type of human activities can be undertaken in that area. So the concept of water budget. Okay, so basically we have discussed all the factors about the location, about the reasons, about how this concept is related to food security and the solutions. So now please pause the video for 7 minutes, write your answer, and then we shall be discussing the detailed answer. Okay. So let's start. So first of all, we have to provide brief introduction of Indo-Gangetic Plain. So basically, you can say that it is called India's breadbasket, and this breadbasket is facing serious issue of groundwater depletion. And for that, you have to provide the data also. So see, the data says, the fact says that the regions of Indo-Gangetic Basin have crossed the groundwater depletion tipping point. So what is tipping point? Tipping point is a state that after that state, even if small changes are done, changes will be widespread. The changes will be huge. So many regions have reached the tipping point. And the data which you can give is, there is a decline of 2.6 centimeters per year in the Ganga Basin. Okay. Now, why groundwater is declining? Basically, the reasons. So, over extraction for irrigation, which we already discussed. The crops like paddy and sugarcane are grown in the dry regions like Western UP. Okay, inefficient irrigation techniques, we already discussed. Flood irrigation leads to lot of wastage. Also, it leads to evaporation, leading to soil salinity. Third is the urbanization, concretization. We already discussed that it lowers the percolation capacity of Earth's surface. And one more point is there, the reduction in rainfall and erratic monsoon. So basically, you can relate it with the climate change. That the coefficient of variance of Indian states is increasing year after year. So coefficient of variance means the erratic nature of Indian monsoon. Okay. Now, how it is affecting India's food security? So see, first is the impact on agricultural production. So we had already discussed, right, that it will affect the crop yield, it will affect the production. And if it is affecting the production, it will affect the backbone of India's public distribution system. Right. So basically, you can relate it with the food security. Public distribution system is affected. It is the main part of India's food security. Right. Now, second will be the rising cost of production. So we have already discussed now that farmers have to dig the well deeper. So basically, it will increase the cost of production, and it will also create an issue for small and marginal farmers because of the debt. Okay. Now coming to regional and national food imbalance. So we already discussed that the regions in the northern India will automatically get dependent on the regions in the southern India or the other states. So it will create an imbalance. Okay. Now the ecological and long-term food impacts. So we have discussed, right, that decline in the groundwater will affect the fertility and increases the soil salinity. And if these things happen, automatically the nutrition content in the soil will be reduced. Now, the way forward. So see, we already discussed about water efficient crops like millets and pulses. So the crops which are suitable for the soil of that region, for the water availability of that region. So we have to plant those crops. Second is encourage micro irrigation system like drips and sprinklers. We discussed about that. Third is the groundwater recharge projects. Basically, we are addressing the issue of percolation. So see, for example, there is concept of room for river in Netherlands and sponge cities concept in China. So basically, what will happen here? There will be the rejuvenation of wetlands, and many areas will be left undisturbed, so that groundwater can easily percolate in those areas. Means no infrastructure development is allowed in these areas, and these areas are just for the rejuvenation of groundwater. Okay, so spawn cities concept of China also says that. So in this way, it can regenerate the groundwater and it can increase the levels of groundwater. Now, last we can discuss about water budgeting, which we already discussed. Also, the crop diversification. By crop diversification, it will be in line with the geography of that area, with the climatic conditions of that area, and also it will help the farmers to increase their income. Okay, so we should focus on the crop diversification also. And one more advantage is the replenishment of soil nutrients. For this, we can do crop diversification. And if you want to add more value to your answer, you can discuss one more concept. I will explain in brief. You can discuss about the virtual water. What is virtual water? It is the water used in the production of food or non-food crops. It is the virtual water. So, for example, if country A is water deficient countries, then instead of producing water intensive crops, this country can import water intensive crops so that it can save its water. And the country which is water surplus, it can export those crops so that there a complete balance is created in all the countries of the world. Okay, so this virtual water concept you can discuss in this way also, that the water scarcity is increasing in India and India is exporting more and more water intensive products. For example, India is exporting basmati rice. Okay, for example, India is exporting meat products. These all are water intensive products. And if we are exporting these products, so in a way we are exporting water, and for which we will be facing huge scarcity in future. So, in our agricultural policy, in our exports policy, we have to incorporate this concept of virtual water also. So, you can write, not in this elaborated manner, you can write in one or two lines. That in agricultural policy, this concept of virtual water, the concept of water budgeting have to be included so that India can address this issue of declining groundwater. Okay, so basically in this question we discussed all the things. We discussed this first part, we discussed about the location, we discussed about the groundwater decline, we discussed about the reasons, we related this concept with the concept of food security, then we have provided the solutions. And we ended with the virtual water concept and water budgeting concept. Okay, so that's all for this question. Thank you.